Hey guys, welcome to this video tutorial series of trade calls. So I'm planning to make these videos every day. The videos will not last for more than 5 minutes. Maybe today's is my first video. Maybe it will last a little longer, but I'll try and ensure that the length of the video doesn't exceed 5 minutes. So let's get started. So this particular video would be referring to tomorrow's trade call. Okay, so it's a buy. It's a long call, right? So 29th of January. So let's get into that. So before we get to choosing which share we are supposed to uh, buy tomorrow, let's talk about trading basics. Okay, so these differ from one person to another person, but according to me this works. I mean it works for me, so I hope it works for you. If it doesn't work, please let me know in comment section why it doesn't work, and if you think I should be making some changes here, right? So I'll be choosing so when I choose my share, I ensure that it is a fundamentally good company's share, right? So when I say fundamentally good company, a company which has been doing well for the past 1 year at least, right? So it should have given about 10% gains, rather returns in the last 1 year. Such a company would be a good bet for me. And second factor that I would be considering would be overall trend. I mean, how Nifty is doing, how Sensex is doing, what's happening around the world, what's happening in India. So currently there is a lot of volatility surrounding the upcoming budget and coronavirus. So you should be uh, mindful of those factors. All the markets around the globe are falling, right? Just a couple of weeks ago the markets were hitting all-time highs, and now we are seeing the markets are falling every single day. You take Asian markets, Chinese market, US markets, Europe markets, and India is no different. So that's what I mean when I say overall trend. So you should be following that. And the third one would be the equity specific news. So today, for tomorrow, I would be suggesting MUTHOOTFIN company, right? So you should be reading about that if there's something that you should be knowing about that share before you get into the trade, right? So we'll get there in the next slide. And then the next one, these three are in general, so you should be doing it for all the shares. And then coming to candlestick pattern, so you should be reading candlestick patterns of every single share and then see if there's a trading opportunity for that. So when I get to the next one, I'll explain why I think MUTHOOTFIN is the best bet for tomorrow. Then we'll be considering stochastics, so this would be for 21 day period, and then the volumes of shares that have been traded. And then at the end we will define the target and then the stop loss. So this is again based on the historic trend, right? So that the trading itself is based on a principle, right? So the history tends to repeat itself. So based on that we'll define target and stop loss. So lastly, as you must be knowing, the market investments are subjected to risk, so please don't abuse me if your trade goes wrong, right? I have no intentions to hurt your capital, so I hope you appreciate that. So please don't गाली मत दो, ठीक है? So let's go to the next one. So yeah, so this is another slide. I've added it separately because these basics would comprise about 20%. The rest is here. Your psychology, how you control yourself, how you can bear when your screen shows that red numbers, big numbers in red color, right? So whether you have the ability to bear it, so that defines your success in trading, right? So psychology and then patience. You should have a lot of patience, and then taking a trade is as important as not taking a trade, right? So all the good traders actually say this. And then you should be sticking to rules, right? So you shouldn't be uh, eager to exit out of the position if the price of the share goes, in the reverse direction before hitting the stop loss, right? So you shouldn't be doing that, and then you should be controlling your emotions, right? So please pay attention to this one. I'll keep this slide every single day so that it gets reinforced. So coming to the last section, so tomorrow's call would be for MUTHOOTFIN buy, right? So the let's go to the chart and see what's happening over there. Sorry. Okay, so I've opened MUTHOOTFIN here on money control, and if you see here, just a second. Yeah, so it has a market cap of about 30,000 crores, and interestingly the P is way too below than industry P. Why? Either the company is undervalued or something is wrong with this company. Is something wrong with this company? No, I don't think so. If you see that last 1 year trend, so it is giving about 30 to 40% returns, right? So here I'm seeing for December 2018, and this is December 2019, 771, and 518 to 771, so that's a huge jump. Okay, so fundamentally the company is good. And then, do we have any news around the company? I don't think so. I've not read anything. And if you see here, corporate action, so they say that the quarterly results and things like that would be announced on 14th. So we still have a long way to go for that. So we are good. From the news point of view, there's nothing that is stopping us from buying this share. And then about stochastics, let me change this to 1 day, right? So if you see here, so the stochastics are saying that it's almost oversold, right? So 2020 is when we usually call it as oversold, so it's already oversold. So that's a good indication for us to enter into a trade. And then if you see candlesticks, there's a reverse hammer on 27th of January, that says today. This is reverse hammer. Please go and read about reverse hammer if you don't know what is reverse hammer. So you should be well versed with reading candlesticks, so that will give you a sense of what markets are trying to tell you. So this is a reverse hammer, and then there's a small bullish candle. I would have liked it. I mean, if the candle had a length like this, but it still is good because we have a hammer here, reversed hammer rather. So it's a good indication that we should be entering the trade now. So the ideal entry would have been today at about 3:10 p.m. right? Then lastly, let's define the stop loss. The stop loss is the low of this candle, that's the reverse hammers, because the bulls seem to have entered here, right? And the low is 747. So that's your stop loss, and target is 795. History tends to repeat itself. So if you see here, we have 796.40 as the high, and we hope it will go here at least. So that's your target, and this is your stop loss. So please, tomorrow when you if at all you're taking the trade, so please take the trade if the price is above 750. If the price is below 750 or worse below 747, don't take the trade. So enter into the trade only if the price is above 750. Okay, so that your stop loss would be less if at all the trade goes against the trend, right? So, and yeah, lastly, please don't hesitate to exit the position if the stop loss is hit. Stop loss is not defined just for the sake of defining. Okay, so it's a very important number. You will have a loss depending on the number of shares that you have bought. So never hesitate to exit from the trade if the stop loss is hit. Fair enough. So I hope you will have good time trading tomorrow with MUTHOOTFIN. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Good night. Bye.